Tesla just leaked an all-new version of the Model Y that owners are going to love. Captain's chairs, more storage space, more range, 6 or 7 seat options should be coming to this all-new Model Y soon. But as great as this is, Tesla does not want you to buy it. Why? Instead of looking at the Model Y, Tesla would like you to focus on the brand new Model X. This is their higher end, more luxurious, larger SUV that should have more bells and whistles and features that you would want over the puny little Model Y. Tesla just gave us a new Model X refresh, by the way, the first one in 3 years, which made things very interesting. All right, so in theory, this video should last all of 30 seconds because if you look at Tesla's lineup, you would assume that you've got basically 2 options. And the very best that Tesla has to offer, that would of course be the Model X. It's $90,000 to start, goes well over the 6-figure mark. That's what you would assume if you looked at Tesla's website. But I can tell you, after owning a Model X and also owning a Model Y, it's not true. Not at all. Now, don't get me wrong, Tesla loves the success they have with Model Y and they want you to keep buying Model Ys, but they're also trying to target those higher end customers, those who might be looking at what the competition has to offer, like the Rivian R1S or the all-new Lucid Gravity or the Cadillac Lyriq. They want those customers to not shy away from Tesla, but for a long time, not many people would consider the Model X because it was missing a lot of the features that cheaper Teslas had, and also it was just way too expensive. The story is basically flipped on the Model Y side. Not only did this vehicle get a pretty significant refresh at the beginning of this year, but it got a new exterior design. The pricing has remained aggressively competitive here on the Model Y, and frequent updates just make this vehicle better and better and better. New software updates are unlocking new features in the Model Y. We know a Model Y Performance is in the works and coming very soon, and we're now even learning, thanks to some leaked firmware from the official Tesla app that made references to it, a 6-seat version of the Model Y should be coming soon with more space, possibly more range, and a 7-seat option should also be coming soon as well. Tesla also leaked that a little bit early, just a couple of days ago, in a new marketing email going out to customers. But then we heard that Tesla was listening and things were going to change, and that later this year, Tesla would be showing love to their not forgotten Model S and Model X. And just a couple of days ago, Tesla kept true to their word. We got the first major refresh to both the Model S and Model X we have seen in years, and it was incredibly disappointing on almost all accounts. Now, credit to Tesla's team. If you go on the website and look at how they advertise the Model X, it looks super luxurious. It looks like everything's changed. It looks, I guess the marketing's doing its job, like a very appealing vehicle. And it looks like this thing just got a major refresh. But then you actually start to dig into the tech specs, and not a whole lot has actually really changed here. In reality, the changes really amount to 2 new color options, diamond black and a new frosted blue metallic. You do have some new wheel options that look pretty nice. And then on the inside, you've got RGB ambient lighting that wraps around the interior and a front bumper camera. That is basically the extent of the changes for the Model X. And also, oh yeah, the price went up. And I've got some new info on this Model Y I'm excited to share, but I also feel like I have to sort of address the elephant in the room, the obvious question here. With this big old refresh for the Model S and Model X that Tesla has been touting, and all of the energy and marketing dollars around it, at least from their social media presence and things like that, why would you even consider a Model X in 2025? As controversial as they are online and as much as the internet loves to poke fun at them, really the Falcon Wing doors are the saving grace of the Model X, because even though it's basically Tesla's equivalent to a minivan, it's because it's super useful and it gives you 360 degrees of movement to get people or pets or babies or whatever in and out of the vehicle. And if you've got small children, especially if you're like me, and you've got kids in car seats, having this much versatility and flexibility is really, really nice. Yes, they look weird. Yeah, they've got quirks, but in terms of functionality, they work out really well. Now, is that alone worth the price premium of the Model X over the Y? I don't think so. You do get, of course, a lot of other stuff, like power doors and things like that, but all of those, I think you can sort of take it or leave it. It's not that big of a deal. Really, Falcon Wing doors is one of the only big things that the X has going for it. Besides that, of course, Model X is just giving you physically more space. You've got a larger frunk on the front of the vehicle, and then you do have a bigger trunk space in the back as well. The usability of the second and third row is really going to depend on the seat configuration you go with. If you get the captain's chairs, you do get a nice amount of space there for that second row. And while you do get third row seats, it's not the most useful, especially because those two captain's chairs do not fold down. Also, on the new Model Y, you have the powered functionality of that second row, so you can bring them up and down from the screen or even from a button in the back of the vehicle. That's super nice and something the, 3 times more expensive Model X does not have. Also, the fact that it doesn't have a powered frunk on the front, it's forgivable on the Model Y, given the price, but Model X does not have a powered frunk, which again still seems crazy to me, especially since the price just went up and just keeps going up. It's so hard to know where the Model X should go. On one hand, I feel so conflicted whether Tesla should double down or if they should just sort of pull back and let this thing gracefully drive off to the sunset. I know that one of the things I see from the community all the time is Tesla should delete the Falcon Wing doors from the vehicle. That would make it cheaper and more appealing. And while I'm not sure where Tesla should go with that one way or the other, what I definitely do know is something that should be deleted is your personal information from the web. If you didn't know, though I'm sure you know, your name, your address, your email address, your phone number, and other personal information of yours is way too easily just a couple of clicks and a couple of searches away online. And I don't know about you, but I don't want my personal information just floating around the web a simple Google search away. That is why I have teamed up with the folks at Delete Me to delete my and also your personal information from the web. This is what they do. They are experts at this, and they're going to make sure your personal info is removed from the web, deleted, and make sure it remains off the web. One of the reasons that I love Delete Me and I love recommending it is that the process is so simple. Basically, you spend a couple of minutes, a couple of simple clicks going through the onboarding process. You fill out some of your personal info, and then the team of experts at Delete Me get to work contacting the data brokers, the shady people search websites, and other random corners of the internet you don't even know exist. And then in just a couple of days, you're going to get a full-blown privacy report showing you where your information was found and where it was removed, which is great and gives you so much peace of mind. But that's just the beginning. What I love about Delete Me as well is that it's not a one-time thing. Their experts are always working on your behalf, and they're going to continue to find your information and get it removed. And then you're going to get reports every couple of months letting you know, hey, here's where the status of this is, here's what's going on. I am just amazed at the thousands of listings that have been reviewed by the experts at Delete Me on my behalf and all the listings they've removed. I cannot give you a stronger recommendation to get your personal info deleted and removed and make sure it remains off the web. And the best way to do that is with the experts at Delete Me. If you want to learn more, check it out for yourself today. It's super easy to get started. Hit the link down below or head to joindeleteme.com/Rosenfeld20. And you want to use my code Rosenfeld20 for 20% off all consumer plans. I love the peace of mind Delete Me gives me. I love knowing that my personal info isn't floating around out there to be searched up. And I know you guys are going to love it as well. So hit the link down below to learn more and team up with the folks at Delete Me today. Now, of course, the Model X is going to give you the active air suspension. It's going to give you a smoother ride. And there are some other things I guess it gives you. It does give you, I guess, better performance, but also the Model Y gives you better range. Basically, my 2 cents from a Model X owner is the Model Y is like an objectively better vehicle, not just in terms of having features that the Model X doesn't have. It also has a lot of the features that used to be luxurious, like the rear display. That is now in the Model Y. but you're not really missing anything on the Model Y as it stands right now. And also for the price being like, more than half the price of a Model X, it's just hard to justify that move. In fact, I think the Model Y is like the best value vehicle you can buy on the market. And really, I think if not the best, like one of the best Teslas you should consider this year. The new refresh model is just so good and now getting better with a 6-seater option. And the reason this 6-seater Model Y is so exciting is for a couple of reasons. Number one is it could finally, and probably will finally, bring a captain's chair experience to the Model Y. This has long been one of the exclusive perks of a Model X, is at least having the option for a 6-seat configuration, which I will say, as someone who has that, it's really nice. And now you would have that in the Model Y. So if you've wanted a true sort of open space between those two in the back and you haven't wanted the bench, this will finally give you that option. Second thing that's exciting here is we're hearing, and again, there are some reference to this in firmware, and also we've got rumors about this from multiple sources, a longer wheelbase for this vehicle that, well, for one, in order to accommodate the 6 seats, Tesla would give you a slightly longer Model Y for the accommodation of extra space. But also what's exciting about this is that if Tesla does do a longer wheelbase, they've got the option to increase the battery size and in turn the battery capacity of the Model Y as well. So with all this talk about an ultra long range Model Y and Tesla adding significantly more range to this vehicle, one of the ways they could do this, besides just the typical efficiency stuff, is by putting a physically larger battery inside the vehicle, which a longer wheelbase would allow them to do that. So it's sort of a win-win-win all around. You could get a 6-seat, or we've heard talk about a 7-seat version of the Model Y. You get more range and everybody's happy. This might just be like the perfect spec Model Y that I know a lot of you have long been waiting for. And it seems to me like if Tesla does launch this Model Y in a 6 or 7-seat configuration, which, right now seems extremely likely, I don't know what that really does to help Model X at all. I think it's only going to hurt it. I mean, I understand when people say, the Model X and Model S are more halo cars for Tesla. They represent, like 5% of total sales volume, and I get that. They're definitely not in as high demand as any other model, maybe more demand than Cybertruck, but I don't know, likely not. But I just don't understand why they keep them around, let alone devote resources and marketing time to them when they're just not as competitive as they should be. Plus, they raise the price on them, which again just seems to add insult to injury. So it's a very confusing time in the crossover/SUV space for Tesla. You have so much happening with the competition like Rivian, Lucid, and other traditional automakers. And Tesla has so much momentum and so much happening with the Model Y, and the Model X is just getting harder and harder and harder to recommend. And we were waiting for them to show the Model X some love. They did, and it was not a lot of love. So little love that, again, it just really doesn't change the story at all here for this vehicle. And now we've come to everybody's favorite part of the video where you've got the chance to win some free Amazon money. I'm hiding a code somewhere in the next minute of this video, so keep your eyes peeled. In the meantime, got a couple of quick mentions and thanks I want to give to some of my amazing channel partners. Drive Protected is one of them. They have been a longtime partner, and they're amazing for many reasons, including the fact they make the best detailing kit you can get for your Tesla. It's got all the essentials, plus of course, they've got DIY PPF kits for your Tesla. They've got every model in the Tesla lineup covered, and you can save a bunch of money by doing ceramic coating or DIY paint protection film yourself. Link down below and use my code Rosenfeld to save 10%. Also, like I mentioned in the intro, I of course am a huge fan of Joa. I love their ultra premium Tesla accessories. They've even got like some really nice like one-click bundles where you can basically get a bundle of all the essentials you'll need just with one click. But if you want to dive on their website, check out all of their different offerings. They've got a really amazing collection of things from phone holders/chargers to invisible underscreen storage solutions, tables, sunshades, and so much more. My discount code is Robert to save some additional money off of your order there as well. Of course, again, another shout out to my friends at Sentry Pro, the makers of this amazing app that is on a mission to keep your Tesla safe and give you peace of mind. Anytime a Tesla Sentry mode goes off, you're automatically alerted. Plus, it's now got some beta actions that'll actually do some fun things like honk the horn or flash the lights when Sentry mode is activated. If you want to try totally for free, the link down below is where you can go do that. And of course, if you're looking to win the EV of your dreams, Tesla, Lucid, Rivian, maybe Hummer EV, or $50,000 cash, and also support an amazing cause at the same time, check out ccraffle.com. Link, of course, down below. You're supporting an amazing cause. It's the nonprofit Chesed Chicago. That's going to give families in need some amazing resources. So you're, being able to support an amazing cause, and also you have the chance to win a really amazing grand prize of the EV of your dreams, or that cold hard cash. My code Robert is going to save you $25 off 2 tickets or $500 off 15 tickets. And for a limited time, if you enter and get some tickets, you can also be entered at the chance to win a bottle of Tesla tequila as well, which is an extra special sweet treat on top. Learn more, check it out for yourself today at the link below. And there is a limited number of tickets being sold, so once they're gone, they're gone. Use my code Robert to save. And a huge thanks again to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. Be sure to hit that link down below or head to joindeleteme.com/Rosenfeld20 and use my code Rosenfeld20 for 20% off all consumer plans. So I'm curious, for all of you who own a Model Y, or if you've been looking for a Model Y, why would you choose a Model Y over a Model X? Does it come down to price? Does it come down to utility? Also, if you're interested in a 6 or 7 seat version of the Model Y, please drop a comment down below. Let me know. It should be coming soon. And then also, of course, if you've chosen a Model X, why'd you go with a Model X? Was it the Falcon Wing doors? Was it the extra space? Was it some technology or something? Let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld. I'll see ya in the next one.